Friday Night Magic, modern format at GameSwap Mason, Ohio. I'm Robert.
I'm Zachary.
All right, and so we got not Zachary Creamer versus Zachary West. We have Zach Harris on Jeskai Control versus Robert Lilise. That's how you pronounce his last name, I think, on Red Green Tron.
Robert Leslie.
Leslie
on Red Green Tron.
Yeah. So from my perspective, from a control player point of view, the Tron matchup really just depends if you have enough early counter magic to actually win the game.
Okay. Yeah, they play. Do you save your counter spells for their threats, or do you even bother with like the maps?
Well, it's kind of hard to counter
or
a map because typically it's turn one.
Right.
But
the maps or the Sylvan Scryings, like the ramp.
Yeah. So basically, that's very case-by-case scenario.
Okay.
Like, do I have an early threat, like a Snapcaster Mage? Yeah, Snapcaster Mage is in fact a threat here, which is very weird. But
the snap beats.
Yeah, snap beats. Ambush Viper's a thing. But if I have a Snapcaster Mage and have like negates or Logic Knocks in hand, and they have like one Tron piece, yeah, I'll counter that because like I need to buy as much time as possible. Correct?
Sure.
And one thing I do like about the current Jeskai list is like they can turn the corner fairly fast with how much burn they're playing.
That they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am a fan of this current configuration of Jeskai.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sweet.
I think it's more of a tempo deck than a hard like control deck.
Yeah, like especially the ones playing main deck Geist.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like the main deck Geist. I think that's more of a sideboard card, but I like Geist in the list.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. So Zach's shocking here.
Holding up a
negate, and also it makes
lightning helix.
Yeah, he's holding up the gate, but he's probably just going to helix at end of turn.
I don't really see him. I don't really see him having negate main deck. Logic Knot, maybe Mana Leak if he's made some tweaks.
Yeah.
The Jeskai list running around right now don't play a lot of counter magic. It's like Logic Knots and
Spell Queller.
Logic Knot, Spell Queller, and Cryptic Command.
Yeah. I mean,
and any more than that is just a tweak of the list.
Yeah, and
it's mostly 4-ofs. Bam. There it is.
Boom.
Lightning Helix. Using the Helix aggressively. That's how you win with this deck.
Yeah. Zach knows he's not in this game forever.
No.
Because, like, Tron has so much inevitability, like...
Exactly. He has to put him under pressure.
All the time.
Every turn.
Turn the corner. So Zach is passing here, which makes sense. He's probably going to...
Everything is instant speed.
Yeah, except Serum Visions.
True.
All right, so I can see Zach fetching here. Going to 6... I assume he doesn't really care. His life total is really not under duress.
I saw an Electrolyze.
Yeah.
So we're going to get an Electrolyze to at Robert.
Yeah.
2 at Robert and draw a card.
Yeah. Yeah, so shouldn't Robert should be at like 17?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach's at 20 now.
Yep.
I see Electrolyze coming in the future.
I see Electrolyze coming right now.
That's one of my favorite cards.
It's a good one.
Yeah, because it's so basically the red is the Fork Bolt. Blue's draw a card and instant speed, and
the colorless is what makes it. The generic is what makes it instant speed.
Yeah. The blue's draw a card.
Yeah.
So I see Zach picked up the Cryptic Command, which can be very good here.
It can be. I mean, this is the opportune time to have it.
Yeah.
He needs a 3rd blue.
He has a Skull and Tarn in hand, so that should be no problem.
Yeah, get a basic island. I don't think he needs a 2nd white source. If he feels like he needs it, he can. Robert's going to have Tron almost assuredly next turn. I don't know why he wouldn't.
Well, one thing Zach can do in Robert's upkeep is bounce the Tron land, draw a card.
Well, we'll see if he does that.
I mean, it's not accomplishing much because it's like delaying the inevitable.
Well, if Robert goes for a threat here, I think a good play would be to counter it and bounce the Tron land.
Not really. Then he just replays it next turn. Because like he has 8 mana post Tron lands.
Yeah.
So like he can cast 75% of his threats, like the...
Okay, well, I'll retract that then, but...
Like, I mean, you could be right.
And that Pyroclasm isn't doing very much here. I think that's why people have moved away from the Red-Green Tron. But, you know.
I know, like, Red-Green Tron is still fine here, especially of all places, because, like, the meta around the store is typically a bunch of mid-range decks, because we have those kind of players.
Yeah.
So he still just beats up on the mid-range players.
I mean, that's any list of Tron.
True.
This one's a little bit better towards the, like, low-to-the-ground decks, and we do have a lot of, like, Hate Bears and Company decks here, so...
Also, it just may be the cards he owns.
This is the this is the version he's always played. Every time I've played him, he's been on this. He has the Grove of the Burn Willows. Why come off of it?
Yeah, one thing I don't think people realize about Magic is, like, people just don't want to buy new cards at times.
No, they don't. People will play what they have. Not everyone can just buy a new deck, depending on what's on top. Yeah. But I think with Tron is, like, most of the deck is always the same.
Yeah.
You just change out, like, oh, okay, I'm going to swap out Grove of the Burn Willows for...
Llanowar Waste or...
Yeah, exactly.
Bloom Marsh.
Right. And then I'll take out these Pyroclasms and Bolts and bring in Collective Brutality and Fatal Push.
Yeah, or Path and something else.
Path and Blessed Alliance.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, you have a lot of leeway with...
So this Spellskite is pretty decent here.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Zach Bolden, Robert in response to the Spellskite.
Yeah. And that's why it's good. Like, Spellskite shines against any Bolt deck.
All right.
And this deck has a lot of Bolts.
Yeah, so one thing I don't like about Spellskite about in this matchup, though, especially Game 1, is, like, turn on dead cards from Zach in that Path of Exile. I mean, it's not completely dead.
It is a good Path target.
Yeah. I mean,
but Robert has other creatures main deck.
Yeah, like Wormcoil.
That are actually better Path targets.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Spellskite for that. It'll eat a path that, like, Zach would otherwise prefer to save for, say, a Wormcoil or a World Breaker.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the time, depending on the scenario, most times when Robert is, like, effectively just casting, like, World Breaker back-to-back Wormcoil, he's already won, probably.
Those are must-answer threats.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Zach only needs one path, and then he can snap it back.
Yeah, and so Logic knocked through the draw here for Zach, which is, depending on the context of Robert's hand, he may just be able to...
He may just be able to pay for it.
Yeah. But I always forget you don't have to delve cards away with Logic knock.
It can just be, like, a bad cancel.
Yeah. I mean, it can be... Yeah, you can actually tap more mana for it. I always forget that part.
Yeah, it's X, and you can pay X with Delve.
Yeah, so a slow start by Robert here, which is really, I feel like it's keeping Zach in the game as it is.
Zach wasn't doing very much anyway. Like, the game is going to go long regardless. Okay. Thank you. Okay, we got a Sphinx's Rev, which...
for 2?
For 2.
All right.
Not that impressive, but Zach is already down on cards. He's just trying to get back in the game here. The Sphinx's Rev is not standard to these Jeskai lists anymore, so he had to cut something for that.
Yeah, and I mean, I like it, especially in the store.
Yeah, I mean, games are going to go longer here. There's a lot of other control players. It's just a good card all around.
Yeah, I like it.
We got a Ghost Quarter.
On the Colonnade, one of Zach's main win cons.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he's going to close the game. And
quickly.
At any real, any real speed, other than just, like, snap beats and bolts.
Or Spell Queller beats.
Yeah. I really enjoy the inclusion of Spell Queller in here. I think that card is very strong.
Oh, yeah, and I think that either that's the promo Geist... or a Spell Queller in Zach's hand. Ooh, and he drew another Colonnade.
I see a tapped Colonnade in our future.
Yep, probably this turn.
Yeah.
Actually, I could see a merit from Shocking Hollow Fountain, so he could hold up Helix and Cryptic Man at the same time.
Whew. Yeah. It's not like his life total is all that important. Like, Robert's going to swing for, like...
0.
6.
0 right now.
World Breaker's, what, a 5/7?
Yep.
I mean, he's swinging
that
for
card
mass.
Has a lot of text.
It has a lot of text.
You know it has reach?
The reach is buried in there. I know that it has reach.
I sometimes forget.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how relevant that is for you. Like, I never really care very much when I'm playing Burn, but when I'm playing Affinity, that card is very relevant. And Zach's got some flyers here. I mean, you know, like 8 of his creatures have it. Like, the Colonnade has flying. The Spellqueller has flying. It's a relevant ability.
Yeah. So I think Zach was choosing between the snap off the Helix and in his turn, or play that Spellqueller just for beats.
Well,
so what Robert did was he cracked a star to get blue mana to redirect the Spellqueller, so he doesn't have to pay mana.
Okay.
Seems good.
Yeah.
So I think we must see land go from Zach here.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's really in a spot to start activating that.
Well, we got an untapped Hollow Fountain.
Yep. So now what Zach did here, he represented Spellqueller and Cryptic Command at the same time.
It's a path.
Yep. Ooh, the Spellqueller.
Spellqueller on the chromatic chromatic sphere.
I don't know how I feel about that.
He's just trying to get some value out of it. Robert's made it clear that he doesn't have a payoff card.
Yeah.
And Zach needs to start applying pressure.
That's fair. It's like the only reason that's kind of awkward because Robert does have another egg already in play.
And he has an O Stone in his hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're seeing the path.
All right.
Robert will go and get his forest. So let's typically play a forest. I sometimes see a mountain.
Yeah.
Out of them, maybe another basic in the board.
I think Zach has the basics. Robert has the basics in hand right now because I saw a basic forest in hand, 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the only real threat Quello can get is the O Stone. All right, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the Spellqueller here because you know, Spellqueller can't hit any of his higher impact cards anyway.
Yeah, like the only one being really O Stone.
Right. I don't know. Spellqueller on like a second Spellskite or an O Stone or something is better, but like Zach doesn't have like all the time in the world.
No, he doesn't. All right.
Eventually, Robert is going to draw a threat.
So I think if I was Robert, I would leave off with the O Stone first.
Especially if he's got mana for both, which he almost assuredly does. But we've got our Worm Coil. We're just getting it out there, you know.
Get in there.
Yeah.
Wow. 3 power plants.
He's got all of the power plants, my dude.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what Zach here does.
Well, he's got the path in the board.
Yeah. Zach is going to go to 21.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's counting his graveyard for the Logic-Knot.
Yeah, that indicates that checking the graveyard here is indicative of Logic-Knot or Snapcaster Mage.
There's no counter spells in Zach's graveyard right now.
He has a path.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
He has a path, and I don't know. Having the option doesn't explicitly give away what Zach is thinking about doing. Sometimes when people check their graveyard, you can tell that they have like a Snapcaster Mage in hand.
I used to have a bad giveaway about that.
You should just check it all the time.
Yep. Like every draw step.
Oh yeah, it's like activating your vial every turn. It's like card shuffling, like not just when you draw a card, but just regularly. You know, just mixing up your cards.
Yep.
Just little habits to get into. But we're seeing the Logic-Knot here. Just have to figure out how much mana Robert has at his disposal, how many cards need to get delved away. He's delving away the path, which I'm not in love with, but I get it. Still leaving up Cryptic Command mana.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's interesting the way that'll be stacked is that he will end up getting the sphere back.
Yep. Blowing it up. Blow up the world. So I like Zach not cryptic in here. Cryptic in that though.
He's
like,
saving it for something bigger. I mean, like.
Yep.
Like Robert just got rid of a 2/3. He spent 8 mana to get rid of a 2/3.
Yep. Seems strong.
Yeah.
Robert's just getting flooded over here. All right,
it's true, but it's not like Zach is really doing much of anything either, and that just...
Ooh, okay, yeah, Robert smartly getting the Ghost Quarter.
Mm-hmm. Like, he's already taken down 1 Colonnade. This will make 2.
Yep.
I mean, Zach still has 2 in his deck, but he still needs to draw them, and he has, what, 40 cards left?
Yeah. I mean, he does have... So, Snapcaster Mage, I feel like is going to be cast end of turn here.
If he's got one, yeah.
I think he drew one for turn.
That's a good draw.
Yeah, typically those
Snap Bolt. Okay.
I think Snap Helix.
Well, if he's there you go. Didn't see the Helix.
Yeah.
Wisely left the Helix. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him leave the path, but I get it. He's leaving up Cryptic Command mana. Robert doesn't have a lot of threats left. Zach still has more pads in his deck.
Yep. I think Zach has this game. Yeah, I think Zach just drew another Cryptic for turn as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've moved to the point of the game where if Robert was going to establish a board presence, I don't know. I mean, like, it's tough to say, but yeah, with Zach has a clock. He has Cryptic Command. Any threat that Robert plays can get countered.
Yep. So,
yeah, I like Zach's position here. We've moved to the phase of the game where it will be very difficult for him to lose.
So I think Robert can actually start getting back in the game with that World Breaker in his hand.
And you know, it's funny. He actually has a use for this Pyroclasm.
Yes. I mean, I think. How much mana does he have?
He has enough to cast both because of the forest.
Yeah. Actually, he didn't. He already played a tower for turn. Hollow Fountain. Taking a guess.
Take him off the double white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Or
Oh, I called it right. You owe me $5.
I wasn't going to dispute with that. Okay, he has the mountain. Yes, absolutely. He has 3 red sources and 2 white sources. So yeah. If they were equal, I would have gone for the red source. But since he already has the mountain, yeah.
All right, that's
definitely.
fair.
I think the bolts are how he closes this game.
I agree. So Robert should be at 5, right? I could be wrong. 3.
Now he's at 3.
Yeah. So Zach.
Check. Okay.
Zach can Serum Visions here.
Okay, he's.
Yeah.
That's
That's how you close the game out, boys.
Very okay. I really appreciate that on the part of Zach. He's not trying to dirtle. He's trying to close the game, and he saw a line there. What's Robert gonna do?
I think he just got unlucky. I think Variance was on the bad stick of him. He drew like all his like half his Tron lands.
He did. He had all the mana you could ever ask for.
He only had like 2 Haymakers. He has like 20.
A world breaker and an engine. We didn't see Ugin. We didn't see Karn.
We didn't see Ulamog.
We did not see Ulamog. He had enough to cast like Ulamog twice over.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate Zach's play there. He spent 7 mana to cast a lightning bolt just to close the game.
And that makes sense. So, with the set of Iconic Masters coming out?
Yeah, like HasCon's going on. They've been spoiling those.
Yeah, I think Iconic Master looks pretty sweet right now.
I would have to agree.
Yep. So, one thing I like about Iconic Masters, Seeker of the Way. It's a common now.
Seeker of the Way.
You know what that means?
It can see play in Pauper.
Bingo.
Refresh my memory on Seeker of the Way, Robert.
So it's a white and 1, so 2-drop. 2/2 human monk.
Okay.
Prowess.
Right.
And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Seeker of the Way gets lifelink.
Okay, that one. Yeah, there were, out of the spoilers that I saw, there were a surprising number of cards from cons.
Yeah, like Swift Spear?
Swift Spear, yeah, which will be interesting to see if we get new art on that one.
There's no new art.
Okay. There's a lot of new art for the set.
Yeah, like the 5 legendary dragons from Kamigawa.
Mm-hmm.
I think the art in that, for those, looks sweet.
Yeah, they look good. I really, really like the Ancestral Vision art.
You see, I'm not a huge fan of it personally.
Oh, with the oval looking through to the city. It's John Avon art. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm just probably still partial to my originals I have.
Oh, those are great too.
Yeah.
Mark Poole did an awesome job. It's a reference to Ancestral Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of the cards, like the suspend card, the rare cycle.
That whole cycle are referencing the original.
Yeah.
So Mark Poole did an excellent job on that, but I think I enjoy John Avon's take.
Yeah.
For people, who maybe don't get the reference.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I totally got the reference originally.
And I think the original art for that card makes sense in the context of the set that it was released in.
All right.
But new art makes sense now.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So
the new Cryptic Command art.
I'm not a fan.
Well, I like that it has the symbol and it actually has a mage casting it.
All right, that's
I
fair.
think it's fine. As long as they do like the entire cycle like that. Like I saw Austere Command. We could get a Primal Command. We're actually getting mages casting the spells as opposed to like a jar.
Yeah.
So they're keeping the original symbol. It's not like they gave a new symbol. So this is a reference to the original, but also making it new. Like this artist is taking it and making their own.
Yeah, and same way.
Austere Command. Okay, excellent. There you go.
I don't know. I just really enjoy the old art.
Well, then you can get the old art, but this
I'm not saying it's bad.
Right. And that's why I think it's great for them to have options.
Yeah, totally.
Reprinting old art is cool, but it's also, I don't know. What's great about this game is even just in the deck building process beyond card selection is you get to pick which art you prefer, and having options is what makes this game great.
And also, speaking of old art, Thought Seeds reprinted with Lorwyn art, which I think is hot.
Oh, is that confirmed?
Yeah. That is hot.
Well, I like that because the price difference on the Lorwyn
and the Theros,
the Theros is a difference of like at this point $20.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous. So yeah, I like that a bit. I like quite a bit.
I know, but
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I like that it's reprinted. That should even it out.
I don't know. I think the original with the Lorwyn set symbol, the no silver gem mark on the bottom.
Does Theros have that?
No, the Lorwyn originals,
Yeah, well, I mean that one's going to be preferred to
this one.
This one, but it's still the same art.
Yeah. So pretty much the only people who want Lorwyn are like people like me who are very picky.
I mean, I have those.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't have mind seeing new art, but I like that they went with the original.
Yeah, I like the original art.
I mean, just give people 3 options. Like we have 3 different Snapcaster mages.
Really 2. I mean, I know the third exists.
I think they are all great in their own way.
I know. I'm really only saying 2 because the RPTQ promo one is it's like $100 or something like.
I like that one.
Yeah, but still, it's a foil and you don't play. I'm not denying it's an option. I just like that. So back in the game here, we got a. I can't talk. We got a egg by Robert here to crack for green, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Stearns, hopefully find a second Tron land.
Yep.
And we see one, and we see a repeat, which is good.
Yep.
So Robert actually deciding the order on bottom. I don't see it a lot from people. Have you noticed that? They really don't care about the order in the bottom?
No. Even rarer than that are the people who let their opponent shuffle and cut the bottom.
So Zach being very aggressive here.
Yeah.
Just evening life totals right off the bat.
I think that's his role. I see a Sony silence on the bottom. That's good. I think that's his role in the matchup. He can't really just sit back and give Robert all the time in the world. He has to make proactive plays, aggressive plays like that. And you know, when he decides to be the control player, he really has to pick his spots.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like sometimes it's better to leave up the counter magic, but with the burn spells, he has the option of doing both.
Also, all right. So Zach's seen 2 pass. I think he trimmed some number of those, but I don't think he wants to see 2 of them right now.
No, I always feel bad when yeah, path isn't really where you want to be early against these Tron decks. It's great when they've landed their threat and you need an answer,
so
and
Zach
you draw your path or just drew your path. So we're going to have Tron online on turn 4.
Yeah, so probably I think it's really just going to depend if like Zach can find a logic knot or negate.
Yeah. And if you're Robert, I think you just slam it.
Oh yeah.
You just cast it.
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about these Jeskai lists, they don't have a lot of counter magic. It's really just going to be logic knot.
Yep, Zach being really aggressive here. I love it.
Yeah. Completely agree.
He goes to 15. He stays at 18. He stays at 18. Math is hard.
Yeah, not really.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, when you get to my level math, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, the math that is should be expected of Magic players is not particularly difficult.
Oh no, not at all.
People just get ahead of themselves. There's a lot of shortcutting.
I shortcut.
Like a fetch on turn 1 isn't the most impactful thing. Maybe you forget about it, but then when you actually need to figure out your life total, it comes into play.
I see an Ulamog in his hand.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the 10 mana.
He has another Tron land in hand.
He'll play it next turn. Yeah, he's going to play Karn this turn, which will eat up the counter spell.
If he has one.
If he has one, which he doesn't.
So... Okay, I like that. All right.
You like that better than getting rid of lands?
Well, like, so Zach is a Snapcaster Mage deck. So, maybe, like, yeah, you just downtick, get a land, and so then he just snaps bolts it, or bolts it. So, yeah, you took away a land, but, like, it could do a lot more.
So I think that's fair. So I think Zach is going to bolt.
Snap, bolt, then bolt the...
Well, he only has 3 mana.
Well, he has a Snapcaster Mage in hand.
Yeah, so he's gonna. Yeah, he can Snapcaster Mage and flash back this bolt that he wisely cast earlier.
Yeah.
And then he has another bolt in his hand.
That still won't kill Karn.
No, I think you just go after Robert.
All right, I like that.
Robert's at 14.
So I like next turn. All right, I like that.
Yeah, Robert's at 11. Zach can hit him down to 9. And he's got another bolt. I mean, that puts him at 6. So
what? Man, Zach's seen a lot of paths. So what I like, one like sequence I like from Robert next turn, is to exile the Hollow Fountain, then cast a Ulamog, like then twist phages, so he can then cast a Ulamog in his hand.
Yeah, like Robert, I think is going to take Zach off of 3 lands here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, good. That's his white source.
Float a white.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Good play.
Island steam vents.
And this is really more in line with like what the Tron deck is capable of and the kind of draws and plays Robert needs to make to win this game.
All right.
Everything Zach has done up to this point has been undone.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Robert is at 6.
Well, that's a good draw.
Oh, woo!
Zach just got back in this game.
Yeah, Zach.
He needed a white source. He got the white source. If he didn't see it then, this game was over.
Yep.
And now we have a game. We have a game still. Robert's at 4.
Yeah. Can get burned out.
Can easily get burned out. Zach's going to continue to go after Robert's life total. I mean, there's nothing he can really do about this Karn. It isn't just going to eat up a lot of resources.
Oh, I think Robert just eats up the Snapcaster Mage now.
I'm inclined to take that Sacred Foundry, my dude.
Really?
Like, I mean, he has 2 lands left.
Oh, Ugin. Okay, that makes it easy.
and then it's a clock. He can get rid of the Snapcaster Mage and take the Sacred Foundry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's. I think Robert only did that because like he plans on playing the Ugin this turn, so it's really arbitrary how he's Zach having a white source now.
Fair, but having that option.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I think next turn.
The mountain was untapped.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if he had, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, that's game. Yeah.
So the problem there was we got too many paths.
Yeah.
We got too many paths too early. He did get to use 1, but he had 2 more.
Yeah, like.
I think we might see an amendment to that. If Zach didn't already trim down, then he certainly is now.
Yeah. So
anyway,
another card that's in Iconic Masters, Horizon Canopy.
Not just Horizon Canopy, but the entire cycle of the
even
future
the second red-black filter land.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, maybe Graven Cairns.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I like how there's 2 red-black filter lands. Don't you?
What? No, they're the same.
Are they really?
They're both, like they printed, Graven Cairns was reprinted in like in
Lorwyn.
In Shadow Morn.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was literally 2 different cards.
No, they just fleshed out that whole cycle. Okay. So we might not. I don't know that one I did not see on the list, but I definitely saw Nimbus Maze, and I definitely saw Nimbus Maze and Grove of the Burn Willows.
Yeah. So
I didn't see River of Tears.
I saw River.
Okay, River of Tears.
So
that just leaves Graven Cairns,
which I can totally see not need to be reprinted.
Unless they reprint that entire cycle.
I mean, that's fair.
So if they don't, then I think that's indicative of there you go.
Oh,
See,
wow,
it
is.
It's the same card.
It's like has so different order. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Again, playing into like which one do you prefer?
Future Sight one.
See, I would go with that one because that is a Rob Alexander land.
Okay, okay, you convinced me. I don't know. I just have a amendment where anytime I had the chance to play with a Future Sight border card, I will.
And it's the original, so they're both solid choices. Yeah, I mean, like Iconic Masters looks really great. We have yet to see the card that I most want to be reprinted though. Stormcrow.
Oh my God, you're such a troll.
I want new Stormcrow art.
So you can get a foil.
And I can get a foil, and then I will have a foil playset. I have one of each foil Stormcrow.
All right.
7th, 8th, and 9th. I would like new art, preferably by Therese Nielsen.
All right.
If I could just pick the litter, and I want a foil one.
Yeah. So in the while we're at it, what kind of decks do you guys want to see tonight? We have a few. I don't think I see any. I do see a few Abzan.
We'll see what's available. Maybe we can get a backup match.
Yeah.
But probably not. We have 18 minutes left, and if it's anything like the second game, it'll be quick. But if it's more like the first, we're gonna have time. We're not gonna have a lot of time. Zach is on the play, which puts him in
the driver's seat.
It really puts him in the driver's seat because like that means that on Robert's turn 4, he can have Cryptic Command up.
I know, but like
on Robert's turn 3, he can have Logic Knot with enough cards in the graveyard for it to be relevant.
That's fair. Also, like, there's a non-zero chance Zach can just time walk Robert here. Because if Robert goes map and Zach is Stony Silence, time walk.
Yeah. I like I like Stony Silence for the Tron decks out of like, well, out of like the mid range and Jeskai deck, like out of the mid range and control decks. I don't bring it in. I don't bring it in when I play Burn because I don't think
you don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah, because like
it doesn't buy you enough.
Yeah,
it's not impactful enough.
Yeah, I see a Geist in Zach's hand, which can be big game.
He just needs a clock and.
Wait, do I see is Pyroclasm still in Zach's deck? So that's
in Robert's deck.
Yeah, in Robert's deck. That'd be funny.
Probably.
Oh. It is.
It kills Snapcaster Mage, man.
Man? Kill Snapcaster. Oh. Robert just looks at.
Yeah, I mean he got an Ugin.
No, he got Tron.
He was gonna get Tron.
I don't know. So I think Zach's just gonna gracefully play this Geist.
Granted, he's got natural Tron, but he's dug 2 extra cards. You know.
You act like he deserves it.
Like by the time he untaps and draws a card on his 3rd turn,
all right,
he's seen 3 cards plus the 2. He's seen 5 extra cards.
That's fair. That's fair. So I think
he's seen 5 extra cards. He didn't have to dig for it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think Zach's just gonna snap off this Geist.
Does he have another land?
Who?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he does.
I think
he has a Sacred Foundry.
I see at least a 2nd land.
Was that a Spire Bluff?
Okay.
Geist.
We are going for Geist.
And Zach's gonna be very sad right here.
Yeah, I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, Zach was not happy about that.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Well, the fact that that's still even in Robert's deck calls into question, like, his sideboarding process.
Well,
I mean,
maybe he's aware that if Zach wants to win game fast, he's bringing in Geist.
Do you think... So that would require the foresight of knowing that Zach had Geist, or that Geist is sometimes in the sideboard of these decks.
Yeah, I mean...
And if it was, that he would bring it in.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of checked boxes. How many Geist do you think Zach has? 2?
2 to 3.
And then the 4 Snapcaster Mages?
Yeah.
So that's 6 cards.
Yeah, it kills 6 cards.
Okay.
Like, it kills a big one. Ooh, I see a Sanctum of Ugin, which is big game here.
If all of that is accurate, then it warrants, like,
Ooh.
a Pyroclasm.
Ooh, I like this.
I do too.
Because he's forcing the Logic Knot right here.
He doesn't even have to pop it off. He can, like, the incremental value off of a Relic of Progenitus in these kinds of against these kinds of decks is valuable.
All right. I like Robert taking it slow to cast the Ugin in his hand.
He knows that, like, he has to land a Karn, an Ugin, an Ulamog, and that's it.
Yeah, so
he needs one impact. He needs one high impact card to hit the table, and that will get him enough of an advantage to either win the game or buy him enough time
to win the game
to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do like the Sanctum play here because it basically says toot up another thing. Well, it does say that.
Right. And we've seen this play out of Robert before where he likes to use the... He really tries to get the value off of the Sanctum of Ugin. Or Ugin's Sanctum, whatever. Where he really tries to get the value off of that card. All right. Well, there's Ugin themselves. Yep. We're getting Logic knotted. Okay.
Okay.
Double blue, 3.
Yeah.
Right, that's on cast.
Yeah.
Make sure that he can't pay.
Yeah. All Robert has is a tower.
And that one taps for 2?
3. Taps for 3.
Well, then he can pay for it.
Not if he does it for 4.
Did he do it for 4? I only saw 3 cards.
I saw it for 4.
Okay.
So I like the Ulamog here. All right. So, like we said before, tell us any decks you want to see. Oh,
Yeah.
someone dropped in round 1.
No, I exiled my graveyard.
All right.
Maybe he's draft fired.
Yeah. Hey, man, this draft format's apparently sweet. I didn't know if you know that.
Yeah, limited escapes me. Anyway, just gonna keep activating this relic.
Yeah.
Which is relevant here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible that like Zach would have wanted to leave any of those cards. You know, like I'm sure he would prefer to have a Lightning Helix in his graveyard than not.
True.
It just makes Snapcaster that much less powerful.
So I think Zach is V-clicking here.
Okay.
I assume that because I saw his V-click in Zach's hand.
So is he? So is this Robert's upkeep?
Yes.
Okay.
No, draw step.
Draw step, even better.
Yes. You get Olamog.
Here's the payoff.
Well, Robert has a lot of inevitability.
I see a Nature's Claim.
Well,
What is that for?
probably like Leyline. Stony Silence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zach is playing a path deck. Robert can get his
forest.
He can get his forest to take care of it. Sure.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Kind of.
Draw a card off of a V-click. Did Robert draw a card off of V-click?
So
That's not a. You can't miss that actually.
No, that's true. But like
Hey,
the Nature's Claim doesn't have a lot of targets,
Yeah.
and it's not quintessential to Zach's plan. You typically don't bring in.
Yeah, I don't think Robert drew a card.
You typically don't bring in a spell, like an interactive spell, for something that has that few of targets, especially if it's not like vital to their strategy. I can definitely.
Yeah.
I can definitely see
Yeah.
that Nature's Claim sitting in his hand.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. So Robert didn't draw the card. All right. Cool. We got that cleared out.
Yeah,
That was good.
I mean, like there are a couple of honest guys down there, you know.
Yeah. Also, the fact we force them to keep the board state correct when we catch it,
Sure.
which is always good. Good job, Stream Runner. So Robert has a lot of redraws this turn. I feel like
Yeah.
he has a relic in hand. He can get another star. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I like that play. I really do like that play.
So you think he's just going to cantrip?
Yes, 100%.
He needs a threat.
Because like V-click is a clock.
It doesn't have 3 power and flying for nothing.
Yeah.
I like that between the 3 of those fairies, they only have 1 toughness.
What fairies?
On the V-click.
Oh yeah.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Which is why they have 3 power.
Oh yeah.
But they collectively only have 1 toughness. I think that's funny.
Yep. All right. So let's.
But
do
then
this.
again, like if that was a 3-mana 3/3 with flying that did that with flash, that's a little good.
Yeah.
This way, it has 1 toughness. It literally dies to
7. All right.
you know.
So I think what
To anything.
Robert does is crack both relics.
Okay.
Because like he has to find something soon.
Yeah.
I do like the Sylvan Scry in here because it tutors up Ghost Quarter.
Okay.
Emrakul. Oh, that's game. That's a biggie.
So this was all at the end of Zach's turn.
Yeah. So 9.
Does he have the mana to cast it?
I don't think he does, but he can
He has a lot of towers.
9, 10, 11, 13, 14. He's 1 off. So wait, but what Robert can do here, he can. No, you're fine. No, Robert's fine, I think. Oh yeah, he can't. Yeah. Oh yeah, he can't. Yeah, missequenced there by Robert. I think he just knee-jerked with the Emrakul in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you would have.
Yeah. No. And, like, I think with the sequence how that went.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I would have gotten that.
Yeah.
And then blown up your colonnade. Yep. And survived.
Well, he did. Zach did have the second colonnade.
Misplay.
I don't know.
Okay. So, I don't think we have time for another match, but we can use this time to talk a little bit more about spoilers.
Yep.
I am excited about several Ixalan spoilers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They premiered one today. It's a 3/3 dinosaur.
All right.
For 2 in a red.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
It has Menace.
Yeah.
Players can't gain life.
All right.
And whenever a creature
Whenever a creature
enters the battlefield, it's like that
deals 1 to that
damage creature's controller. Yeah. So any creature, it's any
creature.
Any creature.
Man.
Rampaging Ferocidon. So this thing, any creature, that's tokens.
Yes.
That's
Soul
huge.
Sisters.
That's huge. Well, who cares about that?
The guy who plays Soul Sisters hates
Sure.
this card.
Sure. Whatever. That guy's having a bad day. But the big thing here is that now we have a sideboard card for decks that make infinite copies of a token.
All right. What decks? In general, in like standard, modern.
Right.
Not really prevalent in standard anymore. Do you think this card's going to see modern play?
It depends. So the burn sideboards, which is where I see this seeing play, or maybe like a hate bear strategy,
Or like the Naya Company deck
with red. No, Naya Company plays too many creatures.
I mean, it's sideboard play only for some matchups.
No.
All right.
No way. They play too many creatures of their own, and they want to gain life.
That's fair.
All of the Coco decks, they just play creatures and Dirtle,
That's fair.
and this punishes that.
All right. I like that.
This card punishes that.
Yeah.
Completely.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Burn sideboards are fairly taxed. It just depends on like what is tier 1 in the meta and what are you trying to beat.
Oh, yeah,
this
most
is a very
definitely.
impactful card. Let's say Twin is unbanned.
All right.
This is going in sideboards.
Probably never going to happen, but I
Right.
wish.
Any infinite token generator that comes out, bam, there you go.
Yeah. So
or even just like even Coco decks. Coco decks rise to supremacy again. There you go. There's
Yep.
your card.
Oh yeah. So another.
So I'm a fan. I'm definitely going to pick up a couple of these just to have in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Another card coming up is the delayed Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah.
I think the card's sweet. I just don't know if it's actually going to see play.
Who wants this? Elves?
Yeah, like that. Maybe some company decks wants like a non-zeroed amount.
Because like I can definitely see you playing this when you already have the clause, like the flip clause,
Yep.
in play,
All right.
which is elves.
Yes.
And elves will benefit from like the first part as well. It lets them dig for an Azuri. It lets them dig for a devoted druid.
All right.
It lets them dig for an elvish archdruid.
Yeah.
And then they flip this, and then
it's-
it'll immediately flip at the end of their turn. So on their next turn,
It's a Gaia's Cradle.
it's a Gaia's Cradle, which is excellent. I
Except-
think that's really where you want to be.
It's Gaia's Cradle with upside. I know why.
Why?
You don't need creatures in your battlefield to tap it for mana.
Mm.
I know that sounds weird, but I have played Gaia's.
And it taps for a generic green like by itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Right, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So there you go, and this has the potential of seeing play. I think Modern Elves is a good shell for this.
Yeah, like
we'll have to ask some resident.
So we got Cradle of the Sun over here.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they say. I like how they have that name. It's kind of a reference to the card. It's reference to like Gaia's Cradle, Cradle of the Sun. I
Yeah.
like it.
They've also spoiled the black one.
Yep.
And the blue one. I'm interested to see the red and the white one. There will be a cycle.
Do you think the red one might be modern playable, depending on what it does?
I doubt it. There is a long history of the red one in the cycle being the worst.
All right.
But I mean, we just got Ranyanap Ruins, which
Yeah.
is the most relevant out of the Desert Cycle. They actually threw Red a bone there.
So what if like the red one's like a repeatable barbering effect?
Yeah, I'm on board.
All right. Like 1 mana barbering.
Yeah, I'm on board.
All right. Like I assume
As a one of.
Yeah, like I assume it'd be something like that busted.
No, just any mana sink at this
Yeah.
point.
So I knew you were very excited and hopeful for the new red-white planeswalker.
So on the spoiler sheet, it looked like it only cost 2.
or 3.
Right. It looked like it cost 2. The generic symbol was so blurry that it wasn't even there.
All right.
We had no idea what it did. We had no idea her name. We had no idea what loyalty she started out with.
All right.
But we knew that it was red and white, and those were the only things present. And
You were very excited about it.
I
for a
was
while.
excited, but I was skeptical because how good can you really make a 2-mana planeswalker? I wanted her to cost 3.
Yeah.
3 mana is where a planeswalker can be really good, and it can actually be playable.
All right. That's fair.
I wanted it to cost 3 and give you some kind of incremental advantage. I don't know. At 5, it's fine. It could see play in that red-white prison deck that
All right.
loves playing planeswalkers. This is just another planeswalker to play in
like
that
they
deck.
have plenty. Johnny, Nahiri. They can play all the Gideons they want.
They pretty much play one of every single planeswalker that is either red or white. That's the deck.
I don't think they play a Johnny Goldmane.
They absolutely no, not that one. They play a Johnny Vengeance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I was just trying to be funny to you, man. What's another red?
They just spoiled the Vraska today.
It's
a 6-drop.
I was very disappointed.
I bet you wanted it to cost 4.
4 or 3.
4. Vraska's.
Maybe 5 if it did what the other one but better.
I like its abilities.
I do too. I just wanted it to cost 4.
Yeah, it should cost 4.
Is that too much to ask for?
Yes, it is because they saved the good planeswalker for Jace.
It's not that good though.
It's pretty sweet.
I mean,
and I will say that I think the whole legendary thing, the whole legendary planeswalker thing, is just so that Jace can work.
I mean, also one thing for it is makes the rules interaction for new players a lot easier because like you have the legendary creature role, then you have this planeswalker role. Was like, hey,
it has their name.
Yeah.
You can't have 2 Vraskas because Vraska, there's only one Vraska.
That's fair, but like it's like
now you can have all of the Jaces. You can have all of the Gideons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it, but I think it has a lot to do. Honestly, like I think it's just an excuse for them to make a Jace that can do that.
I mean, maybe, but like I think like they brought up a good point how like it can be confusing new players.
Okay, you want to talk confusing to new players? Explore. The effect Explore has 5 lines of reminder text, affects every zone of the game. Yeah. Every card that has Explore, that's all it does.
Yeah.
You have to meet a condition and then you can explore, or it explores when it comes in, or it taps to explore.
Right.
And then there's 5 lines of reminder text.
Oh yeah.
Why does I get it. You look at the top card, if it's a land, you get to draw it.
Yeah.
What's the +1/+1 counter about? Why does it have to go on the bottom or into your graveyard?
I don't know.
Why can't you just like put it back?
Not that Explorer.
That Explorer is great, timeless. Would love to see a reprint in the set. I'm talking about the Explorer mechanic.
I know. I think he's just messing with you. All right, so we want to be right back. We want to see the match coming up and be back with you shortly.
Yeah.
See you then, guys.
Yeah.